there, folks, and welcome to the stream. My name is Mike D'Angelo, aka that Tellest guy. I was doing a little bit of work on the map and didn't realize that the starting soon screen had been going for almost 2 minutes. We are looking at the Seramore racetrack ring that we've been working on for a little bit, off and on throughout the weeks, months, whatever. This is going to be like one of our extra bonus maps for the upcoming Kickstarter that we're running. I will be getting preview links up for that campaign soon, but we are starting just to get like all of our content together because we do have 50 base maps. We're working on 5 bonus maps for the day one backers, and then assuming we hit the stretch goal for like $1,900, which is around where we got last time, we want to make sure that we have an additional 5 maps from me. Leading up there, we have stretch goals that include more maps from all of our partners as well. Luna, what you sniffing? What you sniffing? How you doing, pups? You good? You good? How you doing, Poochie Pie? Can you speak for everybody? You speak? Good girl. That was a big one. He bored. All right. So what we're doing actually in this one, you can see there's a big difference to the way that this map usually looks, and that is because we have a bunch of parasols up here, and the reason for that is we are going to be doing a rainy day variant. It's going to be kind of stormy weather for everything going on here. So let's do some overcast filter, and then we're going to add another one after that for rain. Let's go into our overcast and make it even more overcast. I kind of want it to almost have like a green look to it. So let's see. We've got the corrupted essence, but that's a little too yellow. Gloom and Doom. Let's see what that looks like. Gloom and Doom might do the trick for us. Let's try and... There we go. And let's go back to our rain. I really want these to look like it's pelting things. It's really coming down. We are going to take our dust kick-ups. Why is that looking so weird? Anyway, dust kick-ups. Let's just look for dust. And the idea that I have for these guys is, Misery says, you need a reward button for Pet the Pooch. You know, like at some point, I would really like it to have to be that we have a like a better bed for them up here. So I mean, she's resting on the floor on the little towel that I have down, instead of by the big pile of blankets that's right next to her. But I'd like to have like an actual dog bed up here with a little camera on there, and then you can turn that on for a reward and see the Poochies if they're up here. Maybe there's like some button that I can push to let people know that they are in the bed or something along those lines. We are going to take this stuff. I don't think it's playing as nice as I want to, so let's go into here. We'll take the creeping fog, all the stamps from that set, and then let's try and we're going to darken the dust kick up a little bit so it looks a little bit like... Oh, actually, that looks really good. And that'll kind of look more like it's waterlogged ground and stuff like that. So 15 for brightness, and then we can just do the same thing over here. I don't know why that one doesn't look as dark. Maybe that's because that one's higher up. Let's try that out. Yeah, that's just kind of strange. Let's make these comparisons one more time. Maybe it's just because it's double layered. It's the only thing that I can think of that's different. Misery says when we get a new couch, we can move the pluffle upstairs. Well, that'll be nice. You're just going to get a second pluffle. Alright, saturation 100, 16, 100. Yeah, it's a little bit strange. Let's grab everything. Yep, that's what it is. We had it double layered on the one side. Something like that. Let's go even further with it. Okay. And that makes sense for it to be a little bit more up there. So let's do this. We're going to actually throw these back a couple layers. Down a couple layers, I should say. Okay. I know it's only 14 changes, but we're going to save real quick. We'll take this opportunity to hydrate a little bit. I think we're going to do a little bit more with like the ground layer and everything like that. I want to do like some puddles and stuff. The little mud squishies there are nice, but like actual water is going to make this look a little nicer too, I think. It takes a little bit longer to save because I've got it on HD right now. It's on 4K. But this will be the map that goes out tomorrow, so we want to make sure that we're wrapping this up nicely. So let's see, we've got this at a texture scale of 100. I think it's got to be 30. And we'll zoom this guy in. We'll do a little bit of testing to see what it looks like. Yep, perfect. I want to make sure that I'm not doing it over there. Yep. 'Tis important. You know what? I'll tell you what. Oh, yeah. We are going to keep it at the 30 texture scale. But we're going to take the opacity down to like 60. I've got something in my eye. One of my eyelashes, I think. Let's grab one of our originals over here. Get rid of some of that too. Get a little bit over here behind. And then maybe over here, this changes things entirely because this guy ended up drowning back here, not being attacked, and that can be like a different part of the mystery. And a little bit over here. Alright, I think that is sufficiently different enough for like the ground and stuff, but what we do know that we need to do is tweak some of these parasols now. So let's do a random assortment of these. I want to make sure I don't have either of the fancy ones that the nobles are having. We'll change those later. Let's change these ones to, alright, that's a good couple there. Make sure I don't already have any of the purple ones. Okay, we got some green ones in there now. got the purple. Let's see if I can do like a red or something. Actually, red, I think, is the base color. Let's go back to just... Okay, we can have a blue there. Let's change that one there and that one here. One of these two. And that one. Maybe like a yellowy color. I don't even... Oh, okay. Never mind. Again, HD makes things a little bit slower. Zoom in there a little bit. Brighten that a smidge. Alright, and let's make these guys kind of purple like that one too. They're already purple behind here, so... something like that. Purple is kind of a royal color. Oh. These poor saps couldn't even pay for a seat, so they don't have any umbrellas. Alright, let us see if this darn thing will work. Let's save real quick. And go to streaming. We got halfway there. It did the image, and it turned off the Yeti, but it didn't turn it back on. Yeah, a little Adelia. Alright, so let's drop out of this real quick. We are going to look at a couple of the other things that we did so far. So, obviously, the one that we just did was based off of the original map that we did, which was the Rider Ring Start. We did a Stormy Night version, or Stormy Race Start version, which we just did. We also did an after the race version where all the horses are gone. You can see the little hoof prints and everything. And then I kind of thought of it as like a whodunit kind of situation. We've got 3 mysteries here: who attacked the nobles and why, what happened to the guard behind the bleachers, so to speak, and then what happened to the horse and rider in the bottom left corner. So you got some fun stuff that you can do there to kind of tell like a before and after, and then if you really wanted to go before, you can show this where the race hasn't officially started or anything like that. We're going to go back to the overview, and let's do... We're going to go to our Forest Southeast map. We're not going to do any of the day 1 backer maps today or anything like that, but we are going to do a wishing well in the forest, I think, for this one. This is going to be our 6th map in the forest zone. We have the very first map that we ever did here, which is the forest entrance. Over here is the forest lake, which was the 2nd map in this zone that we did. We are not seeing right now the 2 maps that we have up here, which is the Singing Stones map, and then over here is our Forest Holes map. The 5th map that we did was this Forest Shrine, and then down here we've got this Wishing Well. It's kind of on the bigger side right now. That's like a 10-foot wide Wishing Well, so let's shrink that down a little bit. Can I shrink it down? Is it going to let me? It would help if I had that part locked. So that is just so that I can definitively see like all the places that I need to. But yeah, now that I don't have that, let's get this, shrink it down a little bit. I did like the placement, so keep it something like there. And at that point, maybe like 8 feet. I feel like that's okay. The bucket, maybe 2.5 feet. That might be a little bit too big of a bucket. Let's shrink it down a smidge further. That's closer to 2 feet. That's pretty good. I can always change that later if I need to as well. So we're going to make this map a little bit more dense than some of the ones that we've used before. One of the things that I need to do is make sure that the blending is a little bit consistent over here. So let's go and do the last of our little forest leaves that we have here for the iron bark tree. Okay, so that's pretty good. We don't have to worry about, we're not going to put any more iron bark trees over here. If we are going to put anything anywhere, it'll be a little bit further over here. But let's do, move the opacity to 50, and we're going to paint in some more over here. Let's actually bring this up a little bit just so that we can, oh no, straight up move it? Or did I have a second one? That's the one I need. So that'll help me to identify where that cuts over. We're going to make sure that we don't go too far up there. A little bit in between. And again, we're going to try and make this pretty dense, so we're going to be filling in a lot of this area anyway. But we need to make sure that we leave enough room for the clearing. For that wishing well. Okay, and let's do that off again, and top one off again as well. This one should save a little bit faster, so let's do that real quick. We probably won't spend too much longer today. We'll make tonight kind of a quick one because it was a busy day. A little bit worn out. And then maybe what we'll do is, depending on how much time we spend here, we'll perhaps look at some of the other maps that we've got. Let's see. So we've got some summer bushes over here, and then we turn these ones green. So let's do that over there. So we'll see kind of like a gradual transition up into there. I think yeah, let's grab one of these. We can kind of show on one side it's getting to be that kind of color. Let's put hair. Let's see what we got. Some stones wouldn't hurt. So I want to try and start thinking a little bit about what else we've got going on as far as the clearing. I kind of want it to be like a path that you have to take almost to get there. feel like that's the same one. Let's grab this one and we'll mess with the hue a little bit. A little bit lighter. Well, yellowier. Mess with the positioning. Let's see. Tell you what, I don't want to get too sucked into this one and kind of force a feeling, so let's try and... Oh, you know what? I'm going to end up saving again real quick. So I think what we'll end up doing is we'll end up having kind of like a basic shape for the clearing being kind of like ovular. So it'll be kind of shaped like that. Like that's where our empty space is going to be. And then we'll have we'll have the wishing well here. I definitely don't need that to be that big. Wishing well is here. Don't know what these are going to be yet, but POI 2 and POI 3. And then we just got to figure out one other thing to put into this map, but I think I like the idea of it being kind of squished out like that. So we'll hit save. That's where those openings will be for this map. And then there was one other map that I kind of wanted to show off a little bit. I have a lot of work to do on it, but I'm proud of what we started with it. So you might have seen there's another map right next to it that helped me learn a new technique. And, you know, Incarnate definitely has a decent amount of options for making cliffs and hills and stuff like that now. But I wanted to try my hand at something a little bit different. And in that case, what we are looking at here is... We'll delete this and then we'll undelete it. It's just a series of rocks, and what we're doing is... Oh, we lost a couple. We missed a couple. So it's just big, you know, those big stones, big rocks, big boulders, whatever, and all we're doing is using clipping masks to kind of blend it in and make it look like the ground has kind of settled into place over top of these things. So you can kind of see, like, the shape of the things that you want. We definitely need a lot more work here. Within the circle, you know, of standing stones and everything, I have to do a lot more as well. I think what I'm going to start doing is, I don't know what that is. That might have just been a clipping mask that I accidentally put there. So what I'm going to try and start doing is doing another level down of these things. So you'll see... If I move this rock down to like the second layer or something like that, what I should be able to do is take that soft clipping mask and throw that on top of there, but you'll notice it won't affect the higher layers. So I could do something like this. Squares. I kind of want to throw in a couple of circles. And this is definitely going to need to be fine-tuned, but for the purposes of what we're trying to do, I just kind of want to make like another cliff level down. And what this lets us do is kind of build that out the way that we want to. So if I was going to come down here, I could make like another level of cliffs that kind of comes down this way. And again, it's just stone. It's nothing too crazy. And the nice thing is, if I don't really like the position of this too much, what I can do is still shift it, and the path kind of stays in place. I still need to do a little bit of tweaking here and there. You know, like I would have to move it out a little bit. You can see that there was definitely a clipping mask there that didn't need to be there, but So if I wanted to add a little bit more room to the path, do something like that. And just kind of work our way around. And that way, it does start to kind of feel like, you know, it's going further down. And we could darken this, make it look a little bit like it's descending, things like that. So it's definitely a different kind of style of cliff, because a lot of the cliffs that we have that kind of like wobbly look to them. This one doesn't necessarily need to do that. So we've got some fun stuff here to play with. Again, this is going to be kind of like our Stonehenge type thing. We're going to make this one our Dragonhenge map. It's a twofer that people are getting. So we like to, for the Kickstarter day one backers, they're not technically getting 5 maps, they're getting like 10. So let's hop over to maybe one more map that we're close to wrapping up. And that is our Minotaur's Maze. So we had previously had the entire like circular portion of the map kind of figured out. We changed a decent amount of this. It used to be kind of like a gray stone center. We kind of gave it this cobblestone look, and we used the same color style, or the same texture style for the walls, but we gave it this brown look. I might make a version of it that's tweaked a little bit, that has like obsidian instead of this brown stuff. And then what we have to do is figure out what is going on inside these portions of the map. We do have a stairwell that goes into another layer of this map if we want to, and then we have either an entry exit here or an entry exit here. So there's a lot of different ways that we kind of expanded this map to make it pop a little bit more. But yeah, I do have to figure out like what we're doing in here to kind of make the puzzle elements of this map come to life. But I think it's coming together pretty well. And let's see what else we got. So we're obviously working on the Southeast Forest map. That's the 6th map in that zone. That gets us to the 2x3 that we need in order to kind of do a cool next step that we're going to do. The other things that we have to do to that extent are the mountain, the jungle, and summoning. The summoning map, we are doing a little bit of work as well. This is, again, using the kind of standard cliffs that we use. And these cliffs are the line ones that, you know, come with the new tool set. So they look a lot different than, say, these ones over here. I don't necessarily know that I'll keep them because they look a lot more kind of wobbly than these ones do. Like there's a little bit less structure here. It looks a little messy. But then again, this zone is kind of supposed to feel like that. I just have to figure out whether or not I like it more than my sense of consistency. Because everywhere else you have like that nice kind of smooth position for all that stuff. So we'll have to play with it. I've got this being a situation where like the enemy is bringing a catapult up here, and if you don't stop it in time, they get to ultimately fire on whatever is going on over here, for better or worse. Alright, like I said, it's going to be a quick one today. We did kind of a long talking Tellest yesterday, so we'll keep this one tight today. So let's go to our show closing page. So folks, on the screen right now, you should see all the places that you can find Tellest out there on the internet. Tellest.com is a great first place to start because it'll bring you to all the other projects that we have. Oh, tried to chop up as many of these as possible. Sorry, reading a text. So Tellest will bring you to all those other places. We have 3 premium sites that you can go to. Patreon.com/Tellest is where you can go to find these maps on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That's usually when we drop some kind of map. Tuesdays and Thursdays, occasionally we'll do something then. I have been so busy at work and on other side projects that I just haven't had time to do one of our art posts, but we will get back to doing those as well. Tellest.etsy.com is where you can find physical versions of our maps. They're like 18 by 36 inches. They look really great on a computer desk once you're done with your scenario. So like if you want to commemorate something that was fun for your group, that's a cool way to do it. Battlemapfantasy.com is where you can go to find one-offs of the maps that we do on Drive-Thru RPG. They're like $2.99 each if you want to buy them that way, and we pretty frequently put them on sale on Drive Through RPG as well. The TikTok channels that we support are at Weird Witch Wands, which is Rhianna's one-of-a-kind handcrafted magic wands, and you can buy them on Tellest.etsy.com as well. The other TikTok channel is for our Sleepy Pooch over here, at Tales of Tellest. She has a 7.3 million view video, and she just got to probably, if I had to guess, like 260,000 on another video recently. She is officially, I think, making us more money than I am, and yeah, you should go check it out. She's a hoot. And then the last two places that I'll bring your attention to are youtube.com/@worldoftellest. That's our YouTube channel where the videos, we try and post them pretty frequently these days. I try and do like a Monday through Friday kind of setup, and to that end, we're probably going to do a few more videos on this channel, or maybe like secret sneaky ones off channel. I don't know yet, but I definitely want to make sure that we have a decent amount of content up there. And then twitch.tv/thattellestguy is the only place where you can chat with us live, do things like the emojis, the quest coins and stuff like that, and just, you know, chat with us and see how we're doing. So yeah, you should definitely check us out here. Once we get to 70 followers, I think we unlock the next mode for Quantum Quest Live, and we're really looking forward to that, so definitely check that out. But that'll be it for me today. I feel like I've done enough talking, and my voice is starting to go, so we're going to wrap this up, but I miss you.